Oh, hello, welcome to another deck matchup video here. We have the Freeze Mage and Patron part 2. Now we're going to look at it from the Patron's point of view. Now, it came to fatigue generally, and I'm actually going to be playing against Cypher, who's number 132 in Legend on EU. He's going to be playing the same Freeze Mage deck that I played in part number 1. We're going to be taking the same Patron deck as was played in part number 1 as well. From the Patron's point of view, this is actually a very interesting scenario. What you have to hard mulligan for is the removal, and that's above everything else. Now you want to keep executes and the Shield Slam. Those are going to be the most important cards to get rid of. This Acolyte, for example, I can never play, so it's generally a lot of passing. Same thing also is his minions. He would not want to be playing out early in terms of the Mad Scientist, for example. I'm going to be hero powering as often as possible, unless it's about hand size, because I want to keep the hand size very low, as I want to be behind in the I want to have a fewer cards at the end of the game. I want to have him going to fatigue very late in terms of my hand here, so I'm going to be going for a shield block just to have more options. It's about slight aggression early. We want to have one Warsong wave around turn 14-15-ish, where we gain upward to 20 armor, and then one frothing turn where we basically just kill him and put him down to 1 health and then make him fatigue. So here's a very classic turn. And what we can do here is to slam, to not draw, and hero power instead of going for the Gnomes. This is because we don't want to have a big hand. We don't want to draw a card as well. And the in rate, for example, is very flexible. We can use that whenever we want, essentially. Now, secret coming down is not good for us. We don't want to be using a secret early. Now the Gnomish comes down. We actually can use one frothing early on the game, and that's fine. And even when it comes to the Grim Patron, because we want him to be dealing with a minion every single turn, and possibly using a Fireball or a Frostbolt, baiting him into using his important things early on. Now this is completely fine for us. It does not matter to us if we it does not matter for us if we I guess get Doomsayer with the 2-4. It's not that important. We'd never execute it, for example. Now I want to use this because I want him to get the armor before, because after the Emperor turn I'll have enough damage to really go through 36, or if it's 25, or if it's whatever, it does not matter. I'm going to be able to do around 30 to 40 damage anyhow. And I'm also going to drop the Acolyte of Pain in here, just so I can get rid of it into the Doomsayer. Because I don't want to be drawing cards, and I want to be ahead in the race. He goes for the Emperor Thorson. This is something we have to deal with. Okay, I can execute, that's great news. So I'm going to drop one frothing because we can. Go for an inner rage. Go for the execute. And hero power. Now the only way really to lose here, if we play this correctly and put in enough pressure at the right time, is to not draw all of our removal. So not having an answer for the Alexstrasza, the Emperor, and the Antonidas. Most important will be killing the Antonidas and the Alexstrasza because they deal the most amount of damage. Now this might possibly make his Acolytes cheaper, for example. Now a Fireball on a Frothing is a great news for us, it really is. Now he does go for the Acolyte. That's good news. We actually don't have the resources to punish him right now, so we have to just hero power. If we had another wound, in fact we could drop a Ghoul here, but we can't generate right now. This might make it difficult for him later on. Because you might be able to get him to draw 3 cards out of this, and that'd be a really bad scenario for him. We have the Shield Slam. We're still just hero power here. The 1 damage is the problem for us generally, but this puts so much of pressure on him, because if we could possibly at some point deal 1 damage 3 times to this minion, it would be just horrible for him. Now here's an interesting turn. You know, battle rage for 0, just to keep our hand size low and not to draw a card. Always try to do that if possible. So you wanna, even to an extent, if you have the right hand, you can coin out a hero power so he can't ping you and put you down to down to 29. Andrey comes down before Emperor. This is good news for us. Frostbolt comes down. Okay, it's completely okay for us. And the Frost knows. He gets 3. Coin is strong in this matchup for the Freeze Mage if he is able to use it effectively. Go for his slam. And he'll power up. We may need to go for our first wave soon. Generally is the issue. Now, it'd be better to go for it after the Emperor though. Much better. Going to force the fireball. That's one thing we need to do right now. For that wave, he will very likely attack with the Acolyte in here, just to get rid of the Acolyte for only 1 draw. Because you could have potentially made him draw 3 cards out of it, but that would have given us our armor smiths away without getting upwards to 20 armor, which is what we need to do. And really it's the small touches to avoid us from drawing cards is what we need. We have the execute for the Alex Trusser, so it's now just a matter of time. I'm not entirely sure that I agree with this line of play here from him. I'm gonna go for 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I believe this is going to be our armor turn. Because you can actually force him to overdraw once, I believe. 7. We can get our hero power like this. So I guess we'll go for War Song, Armor Smith, Patron. I can draw 1, 2, and 3 cards. He will overdraw 1. We'll deal some damage to him, but damage is really not important, it's the armor. Because we have a smaller hand, it's more important to have the option to go for a smaller combo to kill him when he fatigues. But we're now 2 cards ahead, and we also have a fireball. He's just going to flamestruck this, but that's fine by us, because we have the answer for the execute.
What to do?
But I guess on the flip side, if he doesn't have the flamestruck, then we just win the game. So he's gonna flamestruck now. And now we have to save the second War Song until he fatigues. Now he pings, we have to just wait. Be very patient here. Alex Trusser without us having an option to execute it would be the worst scenario. So we have to be afraid of right now. Pyroblast is fine. Now we have the option. Goes with the fireball. Now the mud scientist 2 damage is what I'm worried about actually here. Might we possibly have to drop the ghoul here? If we don't want answer soon, this might become a problem. I think we can afford to use the ghoul, but it's problematic because then we won't have an answer of Alex. I think we have to just suffer through this 2 damage here over and over because we're so far ahead in the fatigue war.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Now he might be planning on using the Alex defensively, and that's okay by us. I think we can use the ghoul now. Yeah, we don't have to use that right now. The patron is also too expensive. We need to go triple whirlwind and frothing. That's what we need to do here. But make him use resources right now, because we can't be taking 4 damage, but that's going to be too much for us. Goes the flame strike, alright. Now we still have to save this. Now with 1 whirlwind you could both clear the Mad Scientist and the Alexstrasza. It's only 4 turns that we have to suffer through right now. It's going to take him a few more turns to actually kill us. And that I believe we can just wait now. Thanos comes out, so that's 1 turn earlier than we expected. Just to go. Now right now it's going to be too important to draw the frothing, so we may need to keep the slam here in hand. Possibly, yeah. He's going to whirlwind because he could possibly Alexstrasza aggressively and take this from us. Put us down to, what is it, 10. That'd be too much to get back from. The Cypher actually is an expert at this. It would be tough to face him. He really knows what he's doing. Matchup is favored for the patron, but if you play it 100% correctly from the freeze mage, it's going to be very tough. Now he has 2 turns to kill us. Essentially, yeah. Actually, to think about how we're going to get enough damage for this, because we had to throw away 1 whirlwind. This is getting a little bit closer than we wanted in terms of our damage. We have to count. So he has only 1 health left next turn. We currently have 17 damage in hand if he plays 1 minion. Believe is the scenario.
Maybe... No, no, no.
Need a little bit more damage to pull this off. Yeah,
It's hammer time!
just a little bit. Because we drew so slowly, we are able to hang in this.
Almost out of cards! I'm out of cards!
Here's the Despite.
Hammer time!
Let's set us up for lethal next turn, I believe. Close game though, a really close game. If the Despite had been, hadn't been at the top, we would have had lethal on the turn that he fatigued. But now he's going to fatigue. We have to put him down, So below 3, to deal at least 19.
Charge forward! Please be thirsty! It's hammer time!
We're going to deal, what is it, 4, 7. Please put him down to 1. And there you have it. So it's all about being ahead in the fatigue war, getting rid of your battle ages, keeping your hand clear, putting on pressure in the early game with your first frothing and your first patron, getting at least 15 armor out of the armor smiths in a combo before, then waiting until he's going to fatigue, and then killing him through the ice block by making him die to fatigue damage. So I hope you guys learned something from this matchup, and I'm going to be back with more interesting matchups in the future.